Good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Adil Malia. And last week, I got a very lovely book as a gift from a dear friend of mine, Harjeet Khanduja. And I kept it for reading because I was reading quite a few other things. I love to read, so I keep reading lot many books at a point of time. So I kept it for reading in the next week. But somehow, for strange reasons, I decided to open it and I found it very engrossing. And I'll tell you the few reasons why I got engrossed. So I opened it and I saw that number one, the title of the book said nothing about business. And I was indeed very enamored and curious that in a world where currently the kind of COVID world that we are living in and the COVID movements that we are experiencing, I was very enamored by the idea of someone writing a professional book which had nothing to do about business. The second is it was a very thin book. If it would have been a rather thickish book, I would have said, okay, put it on a plan to read sometime. And currently, I would have read it after 1 month or so because I'm reading some very interesting books. So it was only 112 pages. So that created an enamored interest for me to read it further. And I also, as I scanned through the book in a very quick way, realized that there were different stories. So each was a separate, disconnected story. So if you read one story, you didn't have to read the next story immediately, but you could have read it that way either. So number one is they were story based, and Khanduja actually had promised when he spoke to me over telephone before sending this book that actually all of these stories are original stories that he had written. Now that was very surprising and interesting, and so I started scanning and reading. And I promise you, I couldn't have really gone in my decision wrong to have decided to read this book. Very engrossing, very sharp twists, very simple, very easy to understand, not very complicated at all. Day to day, simple kind of situations and life connections and lessons, and very, very imagination wise and